Hey, so greetings and welcome back. So currently I'm using Sauce Labs to try to debug the iOS emulator. And what I'm starting to find is that I'm really kind of worried if this might have something to do, right, with with Angular. So, because here, right, so basically what I'm going down is that I'm drilling down into my drop down, right? And I say px, right? And then if I close it, so these values. So as I'm drilling down, right, basically what I'm trying to look for is I'm going to come across the component, right, that's kind of like responsible, right? So if I go ahead and say hi, px, where everything wants to try to expand, well, let's try to get to the component that's supposed to, expand in the first place. So, right, so this is basically my infinite drop down item, which is supposed to represent an item in the drop down. Right, I say the height is going to be 200 px, right? So basically, the styling, so it's not really I'm not too sure if it's a styling issue here, right? So, but I'm gonna keep going down until we kind of get to where we need to go, right? So we say that it's this container, and now the actual component that's supposed to render, right? If we give it a height of 200 px, right, it's going to expand, right? So everything from the top of this drop down all the way to the option itself, right? And then you kind of see, right? You see the value of home in the option, but for some odd reason, we're just not seeing the value in there, right? So there's a value there, and if I give this a height of 200 px, this is where kind of everything kind of stops. So I don't know if the position is meant to be relative here, right? But for some reason, my option refuses, maybe because it's an option, right? Maybe if I just call this a p tag, maybe it'll just say, hey, let's render. All right, yeah, it looks like, so that's what it is. All right, so it looks like on Safari, for the oddest reason, maybe it wants to be in a select statement. If it doesn't find itself in a select statement, it's going to get upset. So this might need modernizer, or I'm just gonna have to straight up um, not do anything about this. But all right, well, I'll submit it out. But I think